and the Washington Redskins. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the...
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Washington Redskins. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's in. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Now back to throw.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. To throw now on 1st down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards there. Good for a Redskin 1st down. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. They'll drop the throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
2nd and 9 now. He'll get this to Eckler. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They've already gone for it and made it once on this opening drive. They're going to try it again on 4th down. They're going to look to throw. Looking for the end zone. And my goodness, this is incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. Now this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play.
This is caught at the 20. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. He'll look to throw. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Foster Moreau, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. DK Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And all the way down to the 36-yard line.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On first down, Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and 10.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. He goes 95 yards to the house on the kick return as the Buccaneers...
Buddy up. Nice. 2. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He may try and run for this. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. First down and then some inside the 40. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
He's going to fire one deep, middle, and that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. As his guys are in for 6, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He finds Hopkins complete, and he's going to get this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 28.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, Tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw here. He's going to fire one deep over. They've got his man complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. 20! Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Mike Williams with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. Short kick. It's taken to the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Watch left. He's time right there.
2nd and 2. And he'll find Moreau here. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They go play action here on first down. He'll find Metcalf. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, third quarter. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up a throw. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Jaron Reed coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On second down now, it's Henry. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Go now, 50, plant. Hey, check, Mike 50, Mike 50. Man, I got you.
They'll set up to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. He'll drop to throw.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.
Switch it.
They'll drop to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right?
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Buying time to his left. hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll run here with Eckler. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. This is caught by Williams. 25 yards that time. 1st and goal. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. It's been quite the game for him individually, a trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route, whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Looking here for Schmidt downfield. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. On play action, they'll throw. He finds Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Here's a first down throw that's complete. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Redskins down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Complete to Dorsett. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. He's back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Mike Williams, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Ready? He'll look to throw. And able to complete it to Moreau. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
60 Pittsburgh.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The penalty helps a bit, but still 8 yards to go